Welcome to the Makeover Your Mindset podcast. I'm Cassie McKenzie. Think of me as your BFF for manifestation and high vibe mindset makeovers. It's my personal mission to turn your inspiration into action so you can be, do, and have everything you've ever dreamed of having in life. This podcast will focus a ton on creating fulfilling relationships with money, friends, and soulmates, and inspire you to have fun so you can live the most extraordinary life you've ever imagined. If you're ready to take to the next step, then you've come to the right place. Thanks again for joining me. Now let's begin. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. I am so thrilled to be able to start this new year with you all. Thank you to everybody who's followed this podcast over the last year. It's just been an amazing project that started out as just free content and now is going to be evolving into so much more. Starting out the new year, just wanted to give you guys a quick recap and let you know that coming here in 2020, I am going to be bringing so many new guests, so many exciting faces, a lot of free content and manifestation tips and techniques and things, like everything that I can to help make you the most master manifester in 2020 ever. Last year I focused a lot on money mindset, and you'll still be getting a lot of that as well. But I also wanted to offer up for more of like a general manifestation, like creating your life that really feels like a vacation and feels like a dream come true. So with that being said, enjoy this episode. I actually recorded it live on a Facebook Live starting out the new year on New Year's Day, and really giving you my top 3 tips for how to manifest your most kick-ass year yet. So with that being said, I love you so much. If you love this episode, feel free to take a screenshot, tag me on Instagram at MakeOverYourMindset. I love hearing from you all. If there's any topics that you want to hear me riff on as well, then feel free to drop me a DM at any time. I'm at MakeOverYourMindset on Instagram, the Badass Manifestation Queen on Facebook. That's the Facebook group you can join, and also at Cassie McKenzie on Facebook. Love you, mean it. I will talk with you soon. Happy New Year. Happy 2020, everyone. It's Cassie. If this is the first time you're catching me, especially in the new year, I am Cassie McKenzie. I am a manifestation coach for women who want to really create exciting lives and do all the amazing things. So it's been a minute since I have actually been live. If you don't follow me already, we were traveling to Bali. We were in South Africa for almost a month. Hi, Claudia. Thanks for saying hey. We've just been traveling so much, and I kind of got off my schedule, and plus with the holidays, it's just been kind of like wacky. So I've made my intentions with the new year here, with everything happening so quickly coming up, and I'm actually sitting outside in the gorgeous weather here in Florida, and for the first time, not just sitting watching football. But anyway, so back to how the new year started. So we were in South Africa. We just got back at Christmas Eve, and I've been doing a lot of thinking about how I want to run my business this year and what sort of value I want to offer. And it got me thinking about how I need to be really intentional with the goals that I set for the new year. And I started rereading a few books while I was on the road. One of my favorites is actually called A Happy Pocket Full of Money. But there's a whole section in there about goal setting and like how the more goals you have, the better it is. If you want a really rich, wealthy life, then you need to be setting, 100, 200, 300, maybe even 1,000 different goals for the next 30 years. And as I was thinking about that, I thought this would be a great time to tell you guys my top 3 tips for setting goals that actually help you manifest your dreams in the new year. As crazy as it sounds, like it's just that simple. A lot of times, and I am guilty of this too, like don't get me wrong, But we think about what's happening currently in our reality and start to project that out into the future as what's going to be happening. And that's really detrimental to helping you manifest your dream life, because you can't create a new life from the same thinking that got you where you are currently. And so you have to lead from what is rather than what, following what is. So what I mean by that is you have to basically lead from the creation of what you want your life to look like, make decisions from that point, versus getting stuck in around the hamster wheel on what the current reality and circumstances are actually showing you right now. So you want to create those circumstances by focusing on them and focusing on all of the things that are going to be coming to you in a perfect situation, right? And not by responding to the current circumstances. So let's see. I am dropping everything here. Sorry, I keep looking down because I'm dropping my book and my notes. And I have some notes here. I'm also recording this for the podcast, so you might hear some shuffling in your car too. But anyway, let's dive right into it. So my number one tip is let's come up with 100 different goals, okay? They don't have to be like, I want to buy a house, I want to buy a boat. They don't have to be gigantic things. It could just be like, I want to get up and meditate for 5 minutes every day. Or, I have a goal that I'm going to ride my bike 3 times a week, right? So make a list of 100 goals. And then next to it, put the reasons why you want it to have it. I stress this because, you've got to give the universe something to work with, and you've also got to give your subconscious something to focus on. So by listing out reasons, you become really emotionally and intellectually comfortable, connected to the actual goal. And as you add those feelings and emotions and things behind the goal, it adds that power to it. So in doing that, you're adding power to your goals, which is going to help them, because it's going to help you because you're giving your subconscious something to work with as well as your conscious brain focusing on it. So in co-creating everything that you want in life, you've got to really have a good reason why you want it and know exactly what it is that you want. And write it down in as much detail as you can. And this is really going to help not only solidify it in your brain, but it also helps to, like I said, give the universe something to work with. Also, once you decide what you want, really stick with it. You don't really have to be wishy-washy about, oh, well, do I want this, or do I want a bike, or do I want a car, right? No, you can have both, first of all. But, if what you say is I want to have a beach house, but yet you're willing to take, hey, Stevie, speaking of beach house, if anybody wants one, Stevie Hahn is the lady to go to in Jacksonville. But, I think that you've got to be, and I'm doing this outside, by the way, so you might hear that the plane going by, but you've got to be very specific about what you want and stick with it, especially if it's something that's a true heart's desire, okay? My next one is keep a journal. So if you haven't already kept a journal before, I talk about this a lot, in the courses that I run, but also in the podcast. You might have listened to it before, but I don't keep a journal to keep it as a diary per se. I list all of my, intentions in there. You can separate it out into different categories and put the little the page markers in there. So typically I'll have an idea or have a section for inspiration. I'll have a section for intentions that I'm setting, and for goals for what worked or what didn't work, so that way I can tweak my goals going from month to month. But this is going to help give yourself something to reread on a monthly basis, so you can see and celebrate how far you've come. But also, it's going to be able to get you more and more clarity about what it is that you do want. So try, run out if you can at some point. Start the new year with a journal where you can write down your intentions for all the goals that you're setting, why you want those goals, but also keeping track of how you're celebrating along the way, what inspiration's coming your way. You can one of my goals for this year, so this is pretty appropriate. So last year I got really like in my own head when my kids would start screaming in the back of a live stream or like a podcast or whatever. But this year I'm just saying F it. I don't care. It's part of life and it's part of my life. So if you follow me at all, you know I have a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old and they tend to scream from time to time like we all do. So hopefully they're just not throwing something inside and they're just screaming about nonsense. Okay, so that's my goal. Also, you want to reread your goals or reread your journal at least once a month. And, if you're a dreamer and you like have vivid dreams that give you ideas, keep it by your bed. So in the morning, you can go ahead and write those down too. And that way, you'll have a record of where your thought process is going and how your thoughts and ideas are changing over time and really get an idea about how far you've come. Also, so the third tip is, when you're writing these goals and intentions out, the most important thing that I could probably tell you is that you have to write it in the present tense. Start it with I am. So, for example, you wouldn't say, like a lot of people want to lose weight in the new year, right? So say that I want to lose 10 pounds. Like, I don't know, this seems to be what everybody wants to do. I don't really get it. I don't have a scale. But, 10 pounds, but you wouldn't write, I want to lose 10 pounds, or I want, I need to lose 10 pounds or something like that. You would write whatever your goal weight is. So say, I am, my weight is, or I am now 121 pounds, right? So if that's your goal and your goal is to like get more fit or lose weight, write it in the present tense. Similarly, like, say you don't like your housing situation and you have a roommate and you really want to live in your own place that's all yours. You would write, I am now living in the most amazing, perfect house, and start listing out what this house looks like to you. And that's really a part of scripting your life out, and it's living very intentionally as opposed to like a haphazard way. But the most important thing, like I said, that you could possibly do is make sure your goals are written in the present tense. Start them with I am as much as you want, and then, or as much as you can. And then the universe and your subconscious brain and all of the co-creating will start to fill in the blanks. So I hope this has been helpful. I wanted to hop on real quick to do this quick overview. I have a lot of other ideas for content that I'll be bringing you all. And I have a really special, exciting announcement I'm going to be making towards the end of this week. Although I keep thinking it's Monday right now or Sunday, and it's actually Wednesday. So it might be closer to Monday, but I will be sure to keep you guys abreast of that. It's going to be, it'll involve like a little bit of a free challenge / free masterclass, and then a super opportunity if you're interested in learning a lot more about manifestation. So that's the direction I'm going for 2020. I'm focusing more on just general manifestation, law of attraction, laws of the universe, creating your life on purpose, creating the life of your dreams, and really letting all of the other garbage go away. Because being in a new decade, I really believe it's our chance to, thank you, Claudia. I think it's really our chance to create a whole new story. And there's no better time than now. Like, now is really the only time that we have. So learning from the past and what didn't work, and then figuring out what it is that you do want to see, then you will be able to, really see your life unfold in a way that you've never seen before. Because you can really be, do, and have anything that you want. It's not, there's no limitations except for the ones we put on ourselves, to be honest with you. And I'm really, really internalizing that for 2022. So 2020 also. Alrighty. Well, thanks everyone. Happy New Year. Hope you all are doing really, really well. I'm going to put this up on the podcast too. If you follow me on the Makeover Your Mindset podcast, then you'll see this pop up here in the next couple days. And also, if you're not part of my group yet, the Badass Manifestation Queen, go ahead and hop in there, because there's going to be a lot of other free content I'm going to be offering in that group coming in the new year. So thanks so much. Love you guys. Thanks for joining. I will talk with you soon. Bye. Thank you so much for choosing to push play on another episode of the Makeover Your Mindset podcast. If you absolutely loved today's episode, please take a minute to screenshot the episode, put it on Instagram, tag me, and let me know what's working for you. I absolutely love hearing from each and every one of you, and I love being able to bring this podcast to you on a weekly basis. Also, please take a minute if you're loving the podcast and leave a rating and a review. I absolutely love each and every review that's been put on iTunes. They help us reach more people, help more people find out about the Makeover Your Mindset podcast, and keep the good stuff coming to you. Thanks again so much. I love you all, and I look forward to meeting here again next week.